They believe the Earth is flat. I argued with them for quite a few hours about it. Please listen to the podcast that follows, and also like, share, comment and subscribe. This one's interesting.
Whoa. I'm excited for this one. This conversation is honestly the one that's going to make you famous on Clubhouse.
No. It's just a bit of engagement. It's episode 5 of Flat Earth People.
I like this.
So, I've been told a number of different times, hi Princess, thanks for coming into the room. I've been told a number of times that Earth, the sun and the moon are in the dome. You can see the dome there. And apparently the sun's in the dome as well. And the sun and the moon, I got told it a couple of times yesterday, that they're 35 miles in diameter. So this room is, I'm looking for some videos. I want to see some videos really. It's the purpose of the room. At the moment, I'm at least 51% convinced that the sun and the moon are definitely not in any dome. And when the rocket a video of the rocket that we saw recently in the room that I had a couple of days ago that went up, when it was claimed that it actually made contact with the dome, the sun was nowhere in sight, because the sun, I think, is much further away than Earth than the person was saying. And yeah, that's the purpose of this room. So I guess I'm going to start pinging in the people who actually stand by this postulation. Because I just don't understand it. I'm just trying to get my head around it. I mean, people have all sorts of different theories about how things work, and they speak about them, they talk about them. But what I'm really interested in is what people can actually show. What's your position on this, Princess?
So, on average, a plane flies 5 to 7 miles up in the air. So, I was just trying to kind of visualize what 35 miles actually is like. I thought 35 miles would be like the Shard, but the Shard is like 0.9 miles, so it's not even... No, it's like 0.045 miles, sorry. So... No,
let me be clear, so I've not made it clear. When I say 35 miles in diameter, what people are telling me is that this... You know where the sun is in this image? That's not where the sun is.
Oh, right.
They're saying that from this one side to the other side of it is 35 miles. That's what some people have said. And so I'm just interested to see some videos which support this. And that the sun's not.
Didn't that brother, do you remember Kali? He was saying that it's up 35 miles and that it's not as far as you think it is.
No, that's not what he said. He said it was 35 miles in diameter. I took a careful note, and that's why I've made this.
Okay, cool.
I asked him how big is the sun and the moon, and he said both of them are 35 miles in diameter each. I just wanted to I would be interested to bring him in. I'm not sure whether...
Yeah, bring him in, because he's the only one that's backing that argument. I wouldn't be able to...
UK.
Hi, SQ, what's good?
Hi, right. I've just sent you some messages.
Go on.
And I've never heard of this thing of 35 mile diameter, whatever. But just from logic of numbers, I sent you a brief description of why that might make logical sense. It's not very in-depth.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not very in-depth. It's pretty vague. But if you look at it with an open mind, you might have a understanding, maybe. I don't know.
Okay, if you don't mind, I'll read what you said. 35 equals 2 8. 35 miles an hour. Imagine the M for A. Reflection below. 2 meters make 8. 3 plus 5 equals 8 times 2.
No, see, you're reading it too quick to even comprehend what I'm saying. Basically,
you explain it, because I don't.
So 35 miles, that contains two digits inside it, 3 and 5. 3 plus 5 make 8. 8 resembles infinity. So if you have two things that are 35 miles, that equals 2 infinities, basically. The sun and moon infinitely rise every single day, forever.
Yeah, but what about a video? I need to see a video.
You don't need to see a video. You don't see air, but you know you breathe in air.
No, go on. You finish.
Do you understand now? I'm saying.
Wait, how does 35 equal infinity? Can you explain? I'm not coming for you. I'm just trying to understand.
I know you're not coming for me. Don't worry. 35, the number. Basically, there's only 9 digits. There's no more than 9 digits. The number 35 technically doesn't exist, but it exists to us for comprehension. Does that make sense? So, with finding out things in our world, you can't base it off numbers like 35, because that doesn't exist. Only 3 and 5 exist. So you will do 3 plus 5 equals 8. Now, throughout the whole world, we all know that the shape of the 8 is infinity. That is everything.
Oh,
It's a cycle.
wait, so 35 is not actually a number.
Yeah, no, 3 and 5 are numbers. 35 is not a number. That's just for comprehension. You can't disagree. It's just facts. There's not.
So when he says that the sun is 35 in diameter, basically means that it's infinity.
I'm not saying that. I don't know what my guy said. I wasn't here to hear it. Do you get it? But what I'm saying is, just from hearing that, logically, I know that 3-5 makes an 8, and the sun and moon are in permanent cycles forever.
I hear that. Yeah, I hear that.
But I'm not saying what's true, what's false. All I'm saying is, just from logic, that makes sense.
I only do what I can see with my eyes for the purposes of this room.
Yeah, but you can't see everything with your eyes, so how are you meant to go through life?
I know that I've been in an aircraft myself. I've been in an aircraft myself, and I've looked to the side and I can't see the sun there.
Okay, I understand that, brother.
The sun is at quite a significant distance. So I'm 40,000 miles in the air in an aeroplane. The sun's nowhere near me. So according to what's been said is that, well, how would the sun, if I go further up, the sun's so small it should appear, I should be able to, I don't even understand how it works, to be honest with you, because if the sun is 35 miles in square meters, the size of the planet, so what this person's saying,
it's not for you to understand.
No, hang on.
We are just meant to live. You are just worrying about something you will never ever comprehend.
No, let me finish. I will, if I don't comprehend it today, I'll comprehend it today. Tomorrow, I don't come from the position that I will never ever be able to do something. None
of us will ever comprehend the sun.
No, I disagree. I will. You may not, but I will, because I'm going to use my brain. I'm sorry. I'm not with this argument that you can't comprehend something. That's nonsense. Then nobody does anything. But let me finish what I'm saying. I just thought about this. The world is, so when I posited that the world is 40,000 kilometers in diameter, or sorry, in circumference rather. Nobody challenged me. So does anybody in the room want to disagree that it is 40,000 miles in circumference?
What is the scientific diameter for it?
40,000 miles in
40,000 miles.
I don't know what the diameter is. The circumference is 40,000. So around, if you draw a circle right around it, it's 40,000.
Then you could work the diameter by doing something, but I forgot how to do it.
Yeah, but I'm not getting onto the diameter. So you're right about that. That is important to it. But what I was going to say, my point is, if something is 40,000 in circumference, the idea that something that is 35 miles in diameter can heat it up is absolute nonsense. I mean, that's logic, but I actually want to see some videos. Does anybody disagree with that?
In order to get the radius, it's 2 pi r. Circumference equals 2 times pi times the radius. So just divide the circumference by 2 pi and you'll get the radius.
So if we input 40,000 circumference, we input that into 2 times 2.3 or something?
No. Divide the 40,000 by 2 pi. That's the radius.
Okay, fine. I'm going to do that. Divided by 2 pi. I'm not sure if I'm going to actually do this for me, but just it's 1,000. That's 1,000 in diameter. Does that make sense? It says 1,000. No, maybe not. So I might be wrong about that. 1 second. Pi calculator. By the way, I'm doing this on their calculator. So I know that's an issue. Pi is 3.14 to infinity. So you said 40,000 divided by 3.14 something, yeah? Is that 40,000. Right?
What do you want it in? The radius of the sun is 696,000 kilometers.
No, we're trying to get the radius of the diameter of the Earth. That's what Princess was trying to do.
Oh, we're now on diameter now.
Yeah, because she was trying to establish, if the diameter of this person said that the diameter of the sun is 35 miles, yeah? And they were suggesting that sun, well, the suggestion would be that sun can heat up the Earth, which they didn't disagree was 40,000 miles in circumference. I mean, so I'll be honest with you. None of this makes it. It doesn't follow what the person was saying, but I'm just breaking it down.
15. 1227. Oh, 1227.
When you say diameters of the Earth, are you trying to say the measurement of the Earth?
If you look at the Earth head on, you're only going to see a circle, aren't you?
There you go.
Yeah.
And from left to right, in terms of what you see, which actually is a 3D, it's a 3D plane, but from left to right, what you see, that's going to be the diameter, isn't it?
Okay, so the question is, if anybody knows the diameter of the Earth, how far it stretched out.
I mean, I take it's going to be at least maybe it's going to be at least over 4,000 miles, isn't it?
I don't think nobody knows that.
Nobody knows.
Anybody knows?
Nobody knows. And even if they did know, what would it do for us?
Yeah,
even if they did know, what would it do?
Well, I want to know, and I'm going to know.
How? Go to the sun with your measure tape and wrap it.
The diameter of Earth is 12,000 kilometers.
12. Thank you so much, Solomon. So it's 12,000 kilometers. So this person is saying that the sun is 35 miles in diameter, not 35,000 miles.
Can you give us that in miles, please? The 12,000.
Okay. Hold on.
What, 12,000 kilometers?
Yeah.
Okay, good point. But I mean,
no, but just so that we're just talking in the right.
I send you that same message I sent to UK as well. Please read it.
Okay, cool.
It's 79. It's 7,900 miles.
79. So 7,900 miles. Okay.
Yeah, so I said it was around at least 5,000 miles. So I was right. So it's 7,900 miles in diameter. The sun, according to this person, was 35 miles in diameter. How does
the sun is not 35 miles.
I know. We need to get an idea of what 35 miles is. I'm going to try and find something that's 35 miles so that we get an idea of how big that is.
Yeah.
Okay, while you're doing that, the diameter of the sun is 865,000 miles.
Okay, Solomon, 1 second. There's context to this. So I've had about 5 or 6 rims on this now. My first rim that I had on this was about 4 or 5 months ago. I went for 3 days discussing with the flat earthers why they say the world Earth is flat, and we ended with, well, if you can't see the Polaris from the southern hemisphere, then clearly it doesn't support the flat Earth position that people have, and nobody really had an answer to that. So that's where we ended. I've then gone on to, over the last couple of days, look at the videos, ask for videos on the flat Earth. I did a room that wasn't recorded, that we went back and forth, and nobody provided a video in that, and then in the recorded room that I've done most recently, nobody provided a video in that either. So I've gotten to but one of the points made in that room was that the sun is apparently 35 miles. So and it's within this dome. You see the dome there on the left in Rune's PTR. So my question is, if that's the case, that the sun is 35 miles in diameter and it's in the dome, how comes when we go up in an how comes when we go up in an aeroplane we can't see the sun adjacent to us in the sky? It just doesn't make sense. So that's what I'm sort of unpacking in this room, which might not go on for very long, because I'll be honest with you, I've already spent 8 hours trying to get a video out of to show me this dome, and nobody was able to do that. So I'm just onto this issue at the moment. Might run it for a few, maybe an hour or so, and see.
Okay, so 35 miles is like 23 football pitches put together.
That's the size of the sun, according to that person. Anyway, Solomon, what are the official? And then I want to go back to SQ and Hoshai, who say that we'll never know stuff, because I don't believe that, because I'll always know, because I'm going to look.
Okay, sorry.
I'm going to explore. I want to go to Solomon quickly. I just want to get Steve. What Solomon say? 1 second, SQ. I just want to go Solomon. So you're saying the sun is, and why do you say the sun is the size it is, and how do you? Solomon. If not, I'm going to go to
Sorry. No, you asked for the diameter in miles. So I gave you the diameter in miles.
No, I hear you. So, no, but you were saying that the sun is 900,000 something in reality. I said the sun is 865,000. The diameter of the sun is 865,000. How do you know that, Solomon?
Can I get a drink here?
Sure.
Hold on a second. Come back to me.
Okay, fine. So I'm gonna go to Hoshai, actually, because Hoshai is saying that we'll never know things. We'll never ever know. We'll never ever know. So we'll never ever know.
I'm coming from a biblical perspective. So when you read stuff like Proverbs 25:3, it tells you those things are unsearchable. Nobody knows the depth of the height of the space, or how wide space is, or how big the planet is, except for the creator himself. And regarding the flat earth, the scripture told you that the sun is circle. When we look at the sun, we don't see the sun as a flat surface, right? When you read Wisdom of Solomon 13:2, it tells you that the sun is a circle. And when you go to Isaiah 40:22, it tells you the earth likewise is a circle. So is the sun a circle and the earth flat? Or are they both circles? So I'm going from a biblical perspective. So I would say it's not flat. We live in a circle.
Before I go on to SQ, because I'm interrupting everybody today, as I usually do. 1 second, SQ. So let's just break this down a bit. First of all, I want to. My first disclaimer is that I've got nothing ill to say for anybody's religion. I'm not here to discriminate against anybody's religion or any of their actual beliefs. But I am going to unpack what you're saying. Well, the purpose of this room is actually to show me videos, but you're saying that what is your position in relation to where the sun is, in relation to our where we are? Is it in the dome? Do you believe there's a dome? Let's start with that. Do you think there's a dome?
When you say dome, you're talking about like I wouldn't say so. I'm not too sure about that.
Are we able to escape her? Are we able to use rockets to go out of Earth? Can we do?
That's a good question. I mean, biblically speaking, it talks about a race of people trying to do that, but they get taken down basically.
So Babel.
No, not Babel. Babel don't go into Earth. I'm talking about people literally building stuff to go out there.
That was Babel.
The Bible says that.
Is there another story about that?
Yeah, there's one. I'm talking about World War III. So people are gonna try to escape.
So what chapter is that in the Bible? Where is that?
That's in Amos 9:2.
Take a look.
Amos 9:2. You can read about it in Habakkuk 2, and I believe verse 6 it is, or maybe verse 7, 8, somewhere around there. But it talks about people trying to escape Judgment Day, which is World War III, nuclear Armageddon. One of the ways they're going to try to escape is building underground bunkers or flying into space. I don't know what planet they're going to go to, but they're going to try to fly into space to try to escape nuclear Armageddon. So the Bible does say that people would do that, but they won't get so far and do so. And there's not going to be no dome.
Can I read the scripture? Can I read it? So it says, Amos 9:2, King James Version. Though they dig into hell, thence shall mine hand take them. Though they climb up to heaven, thence will I bring them down. Okay, fine. So it does say that they climb up to heaven, so that does suggest that they actually get there.
Right, but the thing, it's not going to be no dome that stops them. What you call UFOs today.
Heaven and hell are states of mind. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, we're going to get to your position in a second. No, 1 second. Hoshai, I want to break this down. I'm interrupting everybody. I just want to break down what Hoshai's position is. I'll get to you in a second, Hesku. We'll go back and forth. So if you you might need to take a pen and paper or your iPad and take some notes for the things that you want to talk about. But because I'm doing that. But so it says, though they dig into hell. So we're not talking about hell, we're talking about going up, aren't we? So my question to you, Hoshai, is there? You're saying that do you think that rockets can leave the Earth? That's the first question.
I don't know. I mean, we're in 2021. I've seen they have, in my opinion, they have suits where it's like you're wearing a bulletproof vest, but you're not, and it's light, and you can step on a grenade.
Okay, no, that's fine. You're not sure. Is your answer? You're not sure.
I'm going to say that they're capable of doing so. Okay,
fine. So let's move on from there. How high do you think the sun is from us?
Yeah, that I don't know, bro.
Okay, no, fine. That's cool. And how what's the diameter of the sun? Do you know?
I don't know, but I don't know.
Fine.
That.
Thank you. All right. No, that's cool. Thanks very much. SQ, what were you saying?
Okay, I just wrote this down. So about heaven and hell, what I've learned recently is that they're not physical places; they are states of mind. You can live in hell because basically we're trapped in our physical bodies, which is the flesh. Our spirit is trapped inside there. Our bodies, our names, it's just identification, just so we can communicate with each other. That's all it is. We all live off the same energy, which is electricity. Within electricity, you have protons, electrons, protons, and neutrons. Protons are positive charges, neutrons are negative charges. Cool. Now, think about our existence. You have Earth, you have the sun, that's a positive charge because it's the sun, it gives light to everything. And you have the moon, which is it reflects, it takes light from the sun and then gives. So that's
I'm interrupting everybody. Is the moon a physical thing?
That's not for me to talk. I don't know. I haven't touched it.
Okay, and is the sun? Do you said that
life is a paradox? Sorry, I do have an answer for that. Life is a paradox of past and present. I mean, past and future to make the present. As much as anything can be physical, it can also not be physical. That's the paradox of what.
But do you know how wide the sun is?
No one will ever know how wide.
So you're saying no one will ever know. So you know we've got aeroplanes and we've got rockets. Do you believe that rockets exist?
I believe that rockets exist. I don't believe that they can exit our atmosphere. How can we have mobile phones and we have Snapchats? Atmosphere, no, me just saying atmosphere is because everybody has an understanding of what.
Do aeroplanes exist?
Yeah.
Okay, and when we go up to 40,000 feet, so your position is the sun is infinity, isn't it?
Everything is infinity. It's all the same thing. Everything's connected. The same way we make human beings is probably the same way Earth was made. It's just creation. Everything has the same principle.
Dome, do you know?
And the principle.
Are we in a dome?
The principle is numbers and maths.
Are we in a dome?
We might be in a dome.
Oh, you don't know. Okay.
I know for a fact that I've seen a video. This was years ago. It was about 2011 maybe. I was still in school these times. I was watching a video and it was like everywhere at the time. Now I can't find a single video of it, but it was like a camera and it was just elevating for hours, and then it just stopped randomly and it started scraping. There's another video I saw of a rocket was supposedly going to space, but people were in their back garden a few miles away and they filmed the rocket. It was going straight vertical up and then it stopped, it turned horizontal, and then it started flying over the sea across their back garden. I've seen that shit live, but I can't find none of the videos.
That's what you think, that's where rockets go.
Listen, logically,
I understand where you're coming from, actually, because let me just say the trajectory it does go up, but once it's out of the solar system, the perspective is going to be,
brother,
it's going to be going across somewhere, isn't it?
Brother, the solar system is just in all of our imaginations, because since we were born and went to school, that's all they spoke to us about.
Good afternoon, everyone.
So, since we was all born, everything that's been fed into our brains is from like a source. Somebody said, or maybe. No,
it's a question. Am I looking at my iPhone at the moment?
Can you let me finish?
Am I using my iPhone?
Let me finish, please. Can you let me finish, please?
No, I'm interrupting everybody because I don't want long diatribes. I'm trying to get to this.
You're asking patronising questions that have very simple answers.
I don't know. I'm not assuming anything.
I said you're asking patronising questions. Like it's a stupid question.
But you're saying that everything's in our imagination. So I just wonder.
Everything is imagination.
I'm trying to break down what is in our imagination.
Opinion, it's all imagination.
I'm trying to break down what is in our imagination.
This is what I'm trying to say to you. Everything is imagination.
Okay, as much as everything is my imagination.
This is the paradox of life. As much as everything
I know that, but is my iPhone... I'm just trying to break it down.
Listen, I'm answering your question, and every time
but I want to know, is my iPhone in my imagination?
This is why you spend your life on Clubhouse asking stupid questions that you will never have the answer to.
So I won't have the answer to the question as to whether I'm using my iPhone at the moment.
Listen to my answer. This is going to be the last time I try and say it. Cool. In life, you have the past and you have the...
I'm not interested in that. I want to break it down. I want to know whether I'm using my iPhone.
This is going to answer your question. It's a
simple yes or no. Am I using it?
Answer the question yourself.
I think I am using my iPhone, and I think that when I dream, that's not physical. So I'm probably with you, but
so when you're thinking, if you just create a dream in your head right now, imagine daydream, they call it. What is that not real?
I would say that it's not real in my dimension. No, it's not real in the physical.
But you have access to it. So it's not real.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Okay, so that's a paradox, right? Okay, so that's a paradox.
It's not physically real. It's not physically.
But it's real.
See, that's the thing is, SQ, I'm actually with you on some of this stuff. I'm actually with you. I just want to break it down. That's all it is.
Exactly. So as much as it's real, it's not real. Do you get what I'm saying? So everything in this world, as much as it's real, it's also not fucking real. Feelings
I would suggest there are dimensions,
but everybody has feelings. Exactly.
So when people get shot,
It's no.
I think feelings are real.
Feelings are real, but as much as they're real, only you can feel your feelings. So that makes them fake.
if I set somebody on fire, is that wrong?
The way you feel is the way you think.
What?
The way you
But
think
that's a
is the
good
way
question.
you feel.
If I'm set on fire and someone else is set on fire, I think we both established we're both in pain.
Yes, in the physical plane. But this is no one's open-minded enough. This is why everybody sits there and asks these dumb questions. Like,
Well, I'm sorry if it's a dumb question. I'm trying to learn, innit?
Hang on a second. No,
trying to get onto you.
Can you stop 1 second? You've said this a couple of times now. People ask dumb questions that we'll never have the answer to. How is it a dumb question?
Because really, the only thing that matters is
hang on. Let me finish. We'll never have the. Let's break it down. We'll never have the answer to something, but it's dumb to ask the question. So you're saying that means that
it's
things
not.
that we don't. Why is it dumb? Why I don't get why it's
okay. Let me answer that. I don't say it's dumb from the perspective of us being curious. No, I say it's dumb because really, if everybody took a moment and logically thought instead of emotionally thought, they would find answers for themselves. There's answers everywhere in front of everybody. It's just in ways that you wouldn't think it is. But because everybody is so closed-minded, they're distracted and they're strung on other things, asking stupid questions when they can actually find the answer for themselves. It's facts. Like
I'm going to say no question.
All right, genius.
And when the only thing that matters in life is love. Some people choose.
But you said feelings are fake, so why does love matter?
I'm going to pause it 1 second. I want to deal with this. I want to jump to this.
And love is.
I want to pause this. Let me just jump in. I want to say this. No question is stupid. No question is stupid. What?
Okay, I agree with that. But at the same time,
you agree with it? Okay, let's.
He doesn't agree. You don't agree, SQ. Keep it 100, babe. Keep it 100.
Don't tell me what I'm thinking, Bizzle, and lie. But I agree, but I don't agree.
I'm asking questions.
There's two perspectives to everything.
Can we get to the second?
I feel like you're really strong on your opinion. Like you really believe in what you stand by.
The type of person I am, I see both sides of everything. So I understand the perspective of UK. I understand.
No, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Don't be sorry about it. Like,
I'm not sorry.
I heard you say, "Oh no, I agree." Just say, "Blood, I don't agree."
No, I agree and I don't agree. It's not. If I just don't agree, then I'm only going with my side. And then how am I ever going to learn? I have to be open to both sides.
Can I get to the other bit of this? Why are we saying so? I've heard it posited by both Hoshai and yourself that we'll never know. I think to say that we'll never know something is absolute nonsense.
From the simple logic that you can't touch the sun with your own hand.
If one seeks, you can find. So I don't understand why we shouldn't ask questions and why we shouldn't explore. It's nonsense to me. That's how people get. That's how people keep people's blindfolded.
Hey, Panther, can I say something real quick?
Wait, sorry, brother. I don't want to forget this point. UK, if I told you, if you would know, furthermore, if you was with me every morning, say from Monday to Saturday, and I had cornflakes every single day, and you watched me eat them, and then you didn't see me on Sunday, and I said I had cornflakes, but I never had cornflakes, I secretly had Crunchy Nut. How would you know if I had cornflakes or Crunchy Nut? How you said if you seek to know, you will find out. You said if, but I'll lie to you. I'm lying to you.
Yeah, I wouldn't ever know, but I'd ask you the question.
So you would never know exactly because I lied to you. Now,
actually, I could find out because if I'll tell you how I could find out. If I say to you, okay, you normally do that, and then I want to figure out whether you're continuing to do that. I set up a camera. I double check that you. Hang on a second. Let me finish.
How can I give you a hypothetical
let me finish. No. Let me finish. You asked a question about how I'll ever know. How I'll know is I'll set up a camera. I'll make sure that it's unhackable. The feed's unhackable, so you won't be able to put another image there. And I'll place that on you. That's the point of this room, by the way. That's why I'm asking for video footage. I'll place that on you. to see what you actually do. And then if you say to me, I vet cornflakes throughout the entirety of the period, I'll say to you, no, you haven't. I know you haven't, because I put a secret camera, and the camera records you eating Rice Krispies.
I gave you a hypothetical scenario. I gave you a hypothetical scenario.
You speak. No. But you asked me how I can find out, and that's my point of this room. You can measure things.
Then wouldn't you just go around, pop around to his yard, and just see if he really does?
Yeah, or that as well.
No, but you can't do.
What do you mean I can't do it?
Like, if you are friends, innit? Like, wouldn't you like? Obviously,
you're missing the point.
Around, you'll see that he doesn't need that.
Pizzle, listen.
I get what you're saying anyway, but you know, I don't feel like it's like that in every scenario. But I get what you're saying.
No, but listen, what I'm saying is, from logic, the only things that we can acquire, that we can establish as true, is things we can actually do in front of us and like do the working out. Doing the work, having to You can't get answers from other people's answers. You have to get.
So everybody, one second. Go on to him. One second.
I'll send
pause a second. The moderator.
1 minute, SQ. I got an answer for your question. I would say that I'll weigh the box of cereals to find out if it's.
You don't have access to the boxes. You're just going off word of mouth.
Real quick, because this is going back, and I just want to say this, right? Science doesn't have all the answers, and I'll give an example, right? We will see the UFO footages. I got a video on my Instagram where a military shot a missile at this object, and they were freaking out because it's like they shoot rockets at it and they don't scratch it one bit. Right, so and they admitted that, hey, look, these things are out there, we just don't know what they are. So yeah, scientists trying to replicate those whatever technology outside of space, whatever they're using, they're trying to replicate those how they fly, because they have no propellers. So they think, okay, how are they able to operate? So they're trying to replicate that, but they're saying it's impossible to replicate whatever those things are flying on, right? How they maneuver, go left, right, up,
No, it's not. They already have that technology.
No, they don't.
They do have that technology.
They don't have any flight. So anything that flies without any propellers or rocket launchers, they're trying to use atoms to try to replicate how fast those things move and etc.
You think you don't know. You think you don't know.
They don't, bro.
Everybody in this room, the only thing that we can all agree on is maths. That is the only thing. Everybody in the whole world can agree on maths. Everything else is opinion.
Show me.
And even science, science is not truth. Science is finding out of the truth. So we'll do an experiment and then we'll jot it down. Okay, that was true.
SQ, can you show me?
You don't know now.
SQ, can you show me any source where they replicate those? How UFO flight they replicate?
I didn't say they have, and I didn't say they didn't. I'm just saying you do not know.
So, okay, I'm gonna send you proof where they say that out of their own mouth they can't replicate.
And they've said a lot of times that they don't have it, but you don't know whether they do or they don't. That's the point he's trying to make.
As in you Hoshai will never know.
Exactly, they can come and say that they haven't done it, but
I don't think it's fair to say that we'll never know, because if he becomes a space nuclear scientist, he'll find out.
He'll still never know.
Listen, I'm against SQ with this. You'll never know.
Why do you think
SQ is so negative about every situation?
As I said, life is a paradox, isn't it? And what comes across negative is really good, and what comes across good is negative. Trust me on this.
Don't be afraid to ask
being
questions,
comfy
people.
is not good in life. If you stay comfortable in life, nothing will change. If you're uncomfortable, everything will change. Everything in life is opposite. Like, how do people not know this? It actually bugs me. Like, you guys, I can't be bothered. Me talking.
Anyway, let me get back to the subject.
Okay, one second.
The purpose of the room, I'm doing a reset now. The purpose of this room is, I was told in another room earlier on this week that the sun is 35 miles in diameter and the moon's 35 miles in diameter, and they chase after each other like a train, on a train type system around the flat earth. That's what I was told this week. So the purpose of this room is, I want to see, because I asked for a video of the dome and nobody showed me that yesterday and last couple of days. So the purpose of this room is, I'm asking people to show me a video of the 35 mile diameter sun, because apparently we've learned today that the earth is 7,300 miles in diameter, okay? And nobody's disagreed with that. So I just want to understand how a 35 mile diameter sun can heat up and light up part of, or even part of a 7,300 diameter. Somebody make it make sense. I'm gonna go to somebody else apart from SQ though, because you've been talking for circulate stage. Anybody? So Marvin, please answer that. That's what we're on at the moment. So I'll just answer that question, please.
Alright, so first of all, I don't understand what you mean a video of a 35-mile diameter sun. Like, how do you know it's 35-mile diameter through a video?
Aircraft, and you go closer to the sun. Yeah.
Okay. Right.
I apologize, UK. Sorry, I need to say one more thing. I'm so sorry.
Is it answering my question, SQ? Is it providing a video?
It's very short. If you have a light and you go, the closer you get to the light, the smaller it looks. It's the same fucking principle with the sun. The sun is a light.
The closer you get to the light,
big. The closer you get, the smaller.
The light.
The smaller it will come across, because really it's the
closer you get, the bigger it gets.
No, the closer you get, the smaller it gets. You're seeing the light.
TM, let him go.
You're seeing the light. You're seeing like the glare. You're not seeing the actual object. When you
that makes sense.
You think about a lamp.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. You're talking about the corona of the sun. The corona of the sun. You're talking about that, innit?
Bruv, I'm not on this. Like, I'm corona of the sun. What does that mean? All I mean is that a light.
That's what you're saying. Hey, Marvin, 1 second. One
but
second,
Princess, read the message I sent you. I'm done now. But yeah.
I was building. Say your point, and then people's.
Okay. The last thing. After this, I'm not saying anything. I'm just gonna listen. But just any light. It doesn't have to be a circular light. Just any. Just if it was, let's say, a mile. You saw a light a mile away. It's gonna look massive. Because light spreads. It doesn't just go in a narrow straight path. Light spreads, so it's going to look bigger than it is. And then you get closer, and you realize, oh, it's just some tiny little light, and it's that bright, and it lights up the whole area. It's the same principle with the sun and the moon. Furthermore, what we see,
like a light bulb lights up a room, and it's tiny.
Yes, exactly. How are we ever going to get close enough to distinguish?
I can see it.
How can you get close to the sun and distinguish it if it's that hot and it has that much power? You will never get that close. Ever.
Do you think it's 35 miles? Because this is a pointless...
if I thought it was 35 miles, it would change nothing. If you thought it was 35 miles, it would change nothing. If anybody in this whole world, it would change nothing. The sun and the moon will still rise every day the same way. It changes nothing.
Okay, let me go on to Marvin. What was Marvin going to say?
It's knowledge, actually. It does change things. Because obviously knowledge changes things. Like, the understanding and knowing things obviously change. That's how, as humans, we've been able to evolve like all these many years. Is because we learn things that help us to understand things. And when we understand things, then we can make new things. And, so don't say that it doesn't matter and it won't change nothing. It will definitely change
That's
things.
not the perspective I'm saying it from. Because I've spoke so long, I don't want to continue speaking. But if any of you are in, before, I'm not going to say anything after this. If any of you want an insight to my perspective, I could actually tell you so easily, and I'll show you pictures like on Instagram or something if you follow me on there.
Let me go on to Marvin.
And it will show you easily another perspective to see life.
Okay, fine. Let's go on to Marvin, because this room is about me trying to see a video of. Let's say not the moon then, because if you look at the whole question on as I've posted it, is Flat Earth peeps show us a video of the 35 mile diameter sun and moon. Okay, so let's forget the sun and the heat, because I'm being told that the heat would prevent us from going close. Can somebody show me a video of the 35 mile diameter moon? So Marvin, I want you to answer that.
Well, I never claimed it was 35 mile in diameter.
No. Okay.
Sure.
What diameters you say it is?
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't measured it.
Fine. I'm gonna have to go on to somebody else then. Kojo, you've been lifting your mic. Kojo, you've been.
Yeah, my question is, where are you getting these numbers? Because
from a flat Earth specialist.
Who's that?
I'm not gonna say his name because he's not here. But people heard him say in the in a room yesterday that the sun and the moon are both 35 miles in diameter. So the purpose of this room is to ask so that I can see a video of it.
Well, let me just say,
go on, say.
There's no one that is going to be able to show you a video, because apart from the fact that all these numbers that you're talking about, 35,000, whether it comes from somebody in another room or it comes from NASA, nobody knows because you see, the whole point of this thing, this argument about the sun is the NASA CIA documents that were released, and it's on the internet. You can actually Google this thing. You can type in Google propagation of light. This was done in 1947 by the Russians, and it was gotten by the CIA.
Before we go on, sorry, I'm interrupting everybody today. Don't take it as rude.
Sorry, could you message me what to Google? Because I'll Google that right now.
Okay, fine. But just before we go on, what is your position in relation to how what the diameter of the sun, Kojo? That's the.
I absolutely do not know.
Okay, you don't know.
Nobody knows what the sun is.
And do you believe that there's a dome encompassing us, Kojo?
Absolutely.
So you think we're in a dome, okay? And is the sun in that dome?
Yes, it is. Well,
okay,
let me say this. I wouldn't say that. Wait, I wouldn't say if it's in the dome or not. From what we know, it might be, but there's so many things we don't know, and even NASA doesn't.
Fine. Is the moon in the dome?
It could be. It could be not. It might not be.
So your position is you don't know. Your position is you don't know.
So does NASA, and so does the Russians.
I'm not speaking about NASA at the moment. I just wanted to understand what your position is. So, so this dome, are we able to leave Earth and go to other? You know, do you believe that other planets exist? On the phone. Never mind. Yeah. So that's the point. I've seen a couple of people come up. Is there anybody in here who thinks the sun is as small as 35 miles in diameter? Just wanted to get that out of the way. Anybody in here thinks that?
I don't know how we would know.
I think the sun is.
I just want to go to AJ Lione, then Warifa. Go.
Do you have a picture that's not composite that encapsulates the full moon? That's not composite of the moon that you.
The moon, a full picture of the moon? No, I don't, because we only see one side of the moon.
I have a picture of the sun.
I can talk about the sun now.
No, I'm just
that's a fair point, AJ, because we only see one side. We don't see the other side. I agree with you. So,
what about the other side of the sun?
Good question. Well, we
don't see the sun, do we? We just see the light from the sun.
I see the sun. I do see the sun. To be fair.
You see the sun.
Whoever just said that, you get around.
How do you see the sun?
Look at my video.
That's what I was just trying to say. You could never see the sun. You can only see the light. Bruv, why do you think they say when someone has an idea?
You got a point.
The guy who said the guy who, if you Google propagation of light, that's what they were talking about in terms of the way the light refracts and retracts and moves. And if it was to be on that kind of with that example that's in Room's picture, then it would explain the refraction of light across a flat surface.
And again,
it's physics.
The lady just explained it. That's exactly what it is, because even in 1947, the Russian scientists did not know what was going on with the sun, and they could not explain how the sun and the reflections were sort of being propagated, and in their own document released by the CIA, by NASA, it said that they believed the sun was bouncing off some type of dome, and they used the word dome, and it was sort of the scientific words that they use, propagation of the light. And that's why we are able to see the sunlight sort of before you actually see what you think is the sun or is the sun. You know, you see that the light begins to come up before the sun actually comes up, because the sunlight and the actual light coming from the sun is two totally different things, because it's able to.
I agree with you. But what I wanted to say, though, that the sun, you can see all sides of the sun, because the distinction between the way that the Earth interacts with the moon and the way that it interacts with the sun, and that's why I agree with AJ's point, is that the sun spins once every 24.5 days, and the Earth moves within its orbit, whereas the Moon it doesn't spin around as often. That's why we only see one side of it apparently. But I'm going to go on to the Moon in a second. But I agree with AJ on that.
Sorry, what did you say about? Sorry, what did you just say about the sun? Something every how many days?
The sun spins once every 24.5 days. And
that is an assumption.
According to what?
To what?
Science.
No.
According to science, but according to science is according to time, or is according to science is according to new time.
Hey, but what?
Because if you go back to historical records, some of the historical records which also talk about the flat Earth theory that you're talking about, like some of the removed books of the Bible, and then it tells you about the 364 days, but it's all in correlation with other things and times and movements within the Earth, which actually do correlate more so to the flat Earth theory than the sphere. I can't say the word. Theory.
Can I just be very clear? This room today isn't about theories or anything written down.
360 days.
Hang on a second. I'm talking. 1 second. I'm talking. If I'm
considering a circle is 360.
It should be 364.
Everybody chill, please. 1 second. If this room isn't really about theory, I mean, we've talked about it, but it's not really about. This room is about videos and what we can see. And if we look up at the sun. If we look up at the Moon, we can only see one side. That's why I'm with AJ on that. We can only ever see one side. We never see the far side, what's known as the far side of the Moon. So I agree with him on that. Whereas the sun, it changes. We don't just see one side of the sun. So if you take your own telescope and you make sure you protect your eyes with one of the black glasses or whatever they use to protect your eyes, and you look up, the sun won't look the same.
So
because it's there's all sorts of chemical there's movement on there's nuclear fission taking place, so it's constant. There's a constant bubble of chemical activity, but apart from that, it does spin around. It's not always the same side that we see.
Can I say, UK, exactly what you're explaining doesn't exist, because when we as normal people take our own telescopes or whatever and we point it to the sun with the reflectors and everything, the sun, there is no type of fusion on the sun. The sun is constant, is smooth, and it's just emitting light. This is what normal people see. And also just one last thing. When we ask for proofs for certain scientific things that we can't explain, let me give you a document. NASA.gov. If you go to NASA.gov
Okay, I'm going to do this again. I'm not interested in document. Listen, let me set the parameters of the room. Okay? No, 1 second. Stop.
Kojo, send it to me in the message.
Let me set the parameters of this room. This room is about what we can observe and what we can see. That's why I'm asking to see videos. I don't care about what NASA's writing and all that stuff.
But again, what you're basing
NASA's
your
actually an official
everything
place,
you're basing your information on, it's on documents that you call science based on.
I don't care about that. This for the purposes
like NASA.
The purpose of.
So then it makes your argument.
No. For the purpose of this room, I don't care about that. All I'm trying to see.
Yeah, UK. Let me understand the premise of the room.
Yeah, please explain it, because I'm confused.
Let me just understand the premise. So, for the room to be concluded, you want base of the title, you want a video of the 35-mile diameter sun.
So an aircraft.
Well then, cool, UK. Well then, we both know then that the room's not gonna go anywhere, because we can all take a video of the sun when we next see it or whenever it shows up. But how would we distinguish whether it's 35-mile diameter or whatever? What's on the round Earth model? I think it's like 1.3 million kilometers or whatever you say. Yeah, so how would we distinguish?
The thing is, I'm only asking that because that's what somebody said, and I'm just trying to understand, because they said that the sun and the moon chase each other around the Earth like a train, and they go from left to right around the Earth, okay? And that they go around the flat Earth, and they're within the dome, but I was also told that a rocket went up to the dome, and the dome stopped it from getting through. And you heard kukunk at 59 seconds in that video, where a rocket goes up. But despite that rocket going up, you can't when it's spinning. So there is a camera inside. You can't see any sun within the dome. So that's why that's where I'm getting with this.
So I'm just trying to understand basically. So will the video allow you to distinguish whether it's 35 mile? It's got a 35-mile diameter. Or I don't understand.
It will help because Nobody's disagreeing that the Earth is 7,300 mile.
I am disagreeing.
One second. Okay, you might. Okay, well, I'll get to you in a second. And okay, one person is disagreeing that the world is 7,300 miles in diameter, and it's going to be. You'll be able to make some type of judgment if you have a video which shows the Earth and shows the Sun together.
No, but you wouldn't. Both in the... You wouldn't, because obviously the closer you are, the bigger it's going to look. The further away you are, the smaller it's going to look. We wouldn't be able to tell with the human eye. That's my point. So whether you
exact measurement,
the closer you get to the sun, the smaller it looks, not bigger.
Oh, yeah, my bad. But that's what I'm trying to say. So whether we get a video or not, we wouldn't be able to tell if it's 35 mile diameter or if it's 1.3 million kilometers. Do you know what I'm trying to say? So
can I ask? So, do you remember when you were in school and you did science, right? And like, I think they did it with stars and stuff for the different types of heat. And like, you had like white hot heat, and then you had the orange heat, and you had the yellow heat, and then you had red heat. Now, red heat was the coolest heat, which is on the outside, right? So in order for you to have, like, just logically, in order for you to have the most intensity of the heat at the core of whatever that substance is, that substance has to be more of a matter core, which then proves that it's the light that's being emitted from that matter core, which is the most hot heat in the center, no? I don't know. Anybody's thoughts?
I didn't quite follow, Leonie. Could you just, is there another way that you could explain what you said?
Yeah. So, for example, in science, yeah, you know the model which looks a bit like an onion, so like circles inside circles inside circles, and then the inner circle, I think the hottest heat is like white heat or something like that diagram depicts, yeah. And then on the outsides of all of those circles, it's different colors, like ranging from yellow to red, which comes on the outside, or something like that, red and orange on the outside, yeah. Is everyone following me? No? Nobody?
Yeah, I'm following you.
All right, hey Clarky. Yeah, so if that's the case, right, and that's how most atoms are shaped and formed. Most matter has some sort of center or nucleus, so that we know the sun has that already. So if that middle bit is the hottest bit, yeah, does it not stand to reason that the middle bit is where the core is? The middle bit is just the substance, which would be the diameter in the inside before all the rays of the different I'm seeing it in my brain. On the different variances of heat are coming off from that, like circles inside circles. Okay, do you know what? I'm going to stop talking because people are going to think I'm mad at this point. I can see what I'm trying to explain, but I can't explain it well.
It sounds like you're saying that in the center of anything, that would be the hottest point because it's the core of it. So how come the light is reflecting differently or something?
No, I'm not saying how come the light's reflecting differently. I'm just saying that would prove what the 35 millimeter people are saying, because the mass of the sun that is seen, I'm trying to reframe what I'm saying. The mass of the sun that is seen and the light that's coming off that is coming from that core bit in the middle, which would be the actual sun.
So
so it's like, imagine there's a Malteser, right, in the middle, but then all around that Malteser there's melting chocolate, and the melting chocolate is different colours, yeah? So it's the same with the sun's rays.
I hear you. So what I hear you to be saying is that we're only seeing the core, and it would look about 35 miles.
No, we're not seeing the core. We can't see the core.
Okay.
Because the core of the sun, yeah, is going to be, the core of the sun is inside, like, say, a tennis ball. It's in the middle of the tennis ball, yeah? And then all the different circles of heat are around that core. But the hottest bit is in the core of that sun, right? So then all we're ever seeing, because we would never ever be able to see the matter in the middle, which would be what we call the sun. We're just seeing the rays coming from out of it in different and varying degrees of heat, no?
I hear you on that. And I think that's why I was saying what SQ was saying about that kind of made sense. That we might just be seeing the light. I mean, the purpose of the room though is, and hi everybody who's joined. The purpose of the room is I was told yesterday, that the sun is 35 miles in diameter and the moon is also 35 miles in diameter, and they're both the same. So they're both the same size, and they're going around the Earth, going around the flat Earth. So I was just trying to see, and they're all in the dome. So I was just trying to see if anybody's sent up, for example, an aeroplane to show, or maybe a drone or something, or even a weather balloon to show the moon, going around following the sun around. That's what that's the purpose of this room, because apparently they're all in the dome, and apparently a rocket was able to hit the dome. So, and also I heard earlier on that NASA sent a spaceship up and sorry, I think who was saying that? Was it SQ? Yeah, SQ was saying that he watched the video, I think in 2011, where a rocket goes up into the atmosphere and then kind of curves. It doesn't go straight up, but curves around the Earth. That's what you were saying, wasn't it, SQ?
I was saying it didn't go into the atmosphere. It was in the sky. It was close. It wasn't far, and it went from perfectly vertical to perfectly horizontal. Not like curved. It went
horizontal.
perfectly
fair
horizontal.
Enough. My apologies. I didn't represent that properly. So the point I was making is, if I just get back to it, so the point I was making is, I've got one account of the a rocket going up and then going horizontal, and I've got another account of a rocket going up, hitting the dome and going kukunk at
I can elaborate on that.
1 second, let me finish, please. 1 second, let me finish. Going kukunk at 59 seconds. I'm gonna put that link up in a second, and what I was told is that but the thing is, the sun and the moon are in the dome. So what I'm saying is, if we're able to send a rocket up that touches the dome and goes kukunk, then surely we can send something up that shows what the sun and moon look like adjacent to us, given that they're at the height of the dome.
You said the sun and the moon are in the dome.
That's what I was told by the gentleman.
That's the concept of a flat Earth.
That's what I was told.
Reality.
So, and if that's the case, you can send up a weather balloon or rocket which would be able to show us this. Okay, maybe they can't show us the sun because the sun's too hot, remember, but maybe they'll be able to show us the moon with the video. So that's why I've asked the flat earthers to show me a video of the moon, because we can send up a rocket to hit the dome, so we can send up a rocket to show the moon. So if anybody wants to send me a video of that, I'll pin it as soon as you do.
And
that's the purpose of the room.
The question you're asking, and that's why I keep telling you about documents.
I don't care about documents.
You sound different, Kojo, man.
Seriously, my guy, you're not trying to learn. And
I don't care about documents. Not today. I'm not.
Nobody.
Reading.
Then you better close the room.
No documents.
Because nobody. How do we show you?
No documents.
How do we show you?
No.
How do we show you?
That's ridiculous. That's hella ignorant, man.
Email.
You're expecting to have video footage of something that so few men will have even had the opportunity to film. Like, how many people going? How many astronauts are there?
You lot finish.
It's just wild.
Let me reply to Leonie. Sorry.
It's like you've set the room up to fail. Then.
No. The room. Well, I don't know what the room's gonna do, but what I'm saying is, I've already spent 3 days of my life. I'll never get them back. Going back and forth.
It's a choice, right?
Go.
Say that with your chest, and just like you're proud.
I spent 3 days of my life going back and forth. I'm looking at all the documents, looking at all the theories, having all sorts of different discussions, night and day, talking about it. Today, and this part of this Clubhouse University semester 3, I'm interested in videos and photographs. That's where I am at the moment. I don't care about theories. I don't care about documents. I just care about what I can see. And a couple of people in this room confirmed that I'm going to pin it in a second, actually, that the video exists of where the rocket goes up and hit, according to the flat earthers, it hits the dome. So I'm saying if it hits the dome, then you can also take a photograph of the moon. Let's say you can't take it off the sun because it's too hot, but you can take it off the moon. That's the purpose of the room. I don't care about documents. It's very simple. Can you show me a video of the moon at the height of the dome? The answer is going to be either yes you can, no you can't, can't.
No,
or
no,
I
we
don't know.
can't.
You know what they say
Can we
about
close
real
the room?
knowledge?
Can we
They
close
say, you
the
know what
room?
they say about real knowledge? They
What do
say
you
if
mean
you
close?
want to
It's my
hide
room.
it
I'm
from a
not closing.
man,
Sorry,
put
that's
it in
not
a
my
book.
What, you asked me
I'm
to close the
sorry,
room?
I'm sorry, UK,
No,
but that is just the most ignorant thing I've ever heard come out of your mouth.
But nobody can give you that information. So do you want to close the room?
Close. Do I want to close the room?
Because
No,
everybody
I'm
has
not closing it.
acknowledged to you
I'm
that
waiting
we
for the people
can't
to come in
close
to
you.
tell
We
me.
can't give you the information, and you don't want to hear anything. So why don't you close the room? Because nobody can give you
No,
that.
no, no. You want me to
This
close
is
the room,
not a. This
Kojo?
is not a
Can I ask you
video
a question,
platform.
UK?
Hey,
This is not a
Can I
Kojo.
ask
video
you a question?
platform.
Kojo, do you know what it is? This is Clubhouse, and I can ask any questions and keep the room open for 5 days. It don't matter, mate.
UK, it's like
That's
you're
true.
stuck in cognitive dissonance. Usually people go through it and they come out of it. It's like you're just stuck inside of it. Do you know what cognitive
Do you know
dissonance is?
what
If
I'll
you
say to
don't,
you is this. This is my attitude in relation to this room and this room alone until it ends. Because
even your response to what I just said shows.
if I know what cognitive distance is?
No,
Yes, I do know
said
what it is.
like you're stuck in it.
actually,
So observe yourself from the third person
I'm
perspective.
definitely
Like
not stuck
imagine
in
if
it.
you wasn't
But for
yourself,
the
and imagine if you were
if
one of
that's
us listening to what you were saying and judge yourself.
yeah, no, but the thing is, I've set up a premise of this room, which I'm which I'm going to stand by until it
guys,
ends.
everyone
But
here,
after that, I'm going to be multifaceted again. You can ask other people who
Wait,
are in the
UK,
room
can I
with
ask a
me.
question?
I'm actually quite a multifaceted person. But the premise of this room is what it is. Show me a video.
But then you should be chatting to the person who told
at the
you.
height of the rocket.
Find like you should chat to the person who told you about the measurement and ask him to provide evidence.
That's the point. I'm waiting for them to come in, mate. I can't wait for them to join to attend the room, mate. That's what I'm waiting.
Well, hold on. One sec. I was gonna ask, like, you know about the what's called that rocket that was sent into the sun? Not a rocket satellite that was sent into the sun. Yeah, so NASA sent like I think what's it called some a little kind of probe into the sun, right? Like do you know about that or not? Like
I said no. I'm gonna say no and tell us about it. Thank you, Marvin. Professor
No, I'm saying so NASA sent a thing to the sun. I'm asking, so if you obviously depends on what model you subscribe to. If you trust NASA, right?
I trust.
Do you have a
I
video
trust
footage of
nobody.
that?
I trust nobody.
Okay, that's okay.
That's why I said I'm only
Anyways, what I was gonna ask,
51%
do you have
convinced
a
by the
video?
videos I've seen.
Do you have a video of the satellite going into the sun?
No, I don't. Do you?
No, I'm asking
You just
because
said no, I
that's the
don't.
same
Do
thing.
you?
Like, that's
I've
something
answered
we
your
wouldn't have,
questions.
right? That's something even we don't have. We just assume.
Oh, you don't have it
We
either.
assume
Okay.
because NASA told you.
Okay.
But it's something that people taking as truth, but we don't have video footage of it,
anything as
right? We've got
truth.
the calculations
But
and the data and all this
but
kind of
you're
stuff,
giving
right?
us you're giving us numbers and the diameter of the Earth and everything. All
Oh,
these
only
numbers,
because
did
they
you
went
measure it? Were
unchallenged.
you there when they took the
Yeah, no.
measurement?
Let me say this. Only when I say that the world is 40,000 kilometers in circumference, that went unchallenged when I said it. When I asked somebody to make a calculation, hang on a second. When I asked somebody to make a calculation as to what that means in relation to diameter, and somebody told me it's I think it's 2 times pi divided by the 40,000, and then that came to 7,300. Nobody disagreed with that, so we've moved on from there. Okay. So I'm not just saying stuff. The point of the room is like if I make a claim and it goes, I'm gonna go to you in a second, AJ. If I say something and nobody challenges it, then it's accepted.
Nah, I'm not even taking this too serious. But so going off NASA's numbers, the sun's 1.3927 million in kilometers. What do you have a video of that or? What do you know?
That's what do they call it? That's ad hominem.
How is that ad hominem? Ad hominem.
Let me reply. No, what I'm saying is I don't have a video of that. That's my response.
So we're just gonna keep going around in circles.
No, we're not.
None of us have a video of either.
Hey, Mr. UK, can you? I know it's your room, but can you let's have an adult conversation and stop this.
No, I'm interrupting everybody. That's how I'm running it. That's how I'm running it.
It doesn't take.
I'm normally very polite.
Clubhouse and everybody here can move.
I'm normally very polite, but I'm interrupting everybody today.
No, maybe
You're just trolling. You're being a whole spoon.
Hey, lady, what's a spoon?
Stirring.
Oh, I see it. No, do you know what it is? I just want to cut down to very specific issues.
Yo.
One, Ringo.
Yes, Ringo.
Hey, UK, I watched that video you sent me still. I believe you still. It's definitely flat still.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, definitely.
I haven't sent you anything, you joker. Anyway, on a serious note, I genuinely want to see a video of the dome. I want to see a video of the moon underneath the dome. I'm gonna actually have to pin this. Just give me a second. You lot talk, man.
The dome see-through. How are you gonna take a picture of that?
Well, no, the rocket hit it.
The sky right now, you'll see it.
The rocket hit it. Ringo, the rocket hit it.
I wanted to ask. Yeah, but something can also be transparent at the same time.
You go on, AJ.
No, what I'm
what is the ozone layer? We ain't heard about that for a few years. I'm sure they stopped talking about that in the 90s.
Yeah, that's to me. Yeah, hold on, because ozone layers. That's just I was just UK. Have you since you saw the video of the rocket hitting the end of the dome?
I don't agree. That's what happened, by the way. But I've seen what's
the ozone. Literally just means zone. The zone derived from the zone. That's
what's your conclusion about that?
Yeah, that's what I want to say. What do you think? What do you think stopped that rocket?
I think it was the first stage dropping off. My opinion about that. What happened is one of three things. It's either the first stage rocket dropping off, and what we hear is it disconnecting. It's either that we hear a gear change in the rocket, which makes it slow down, or that's just the sound, or that's the fuel running out. But I'm actually going on the basis of what I've been told, and that it does hit the dome. Yeah, let's say that if it does hit the dome, that tells me that man is able, or flat earthers are able. Let me bring up Ty. Are able to reach the point where it goes as high as the sun and the moon. That's what that tells me. Because that's what the model is.
And that's fair enough, UK. But what we also have to understand is that the people that have the technology and power and finance to launch rockets into space are also pushing the agenda. So why would they show what they're trying to hide? I don't get it.
I hear you on that. And that's why I did accept yesterday that see, one thing the room the day before that, the room was on Arts and People to show me the flat earth footage. The room yesterday was on us actually giving critique to NASA's footage, and one of the critiques that I was able to accept is that we never see a picture of the Earth from higher than the space station, apart from the ones that are taken from the moon, and I understand why that people find that very unacceptable, because then you never get to look at the Earth from a vantage point that wouldn't
big enough to see the whole.
Yeah, big enough to see the same thing. So I actually accept. I do understand that critique, to be honest. So
but
I've actually broken it down across this week. Go on.
Do you not then accept that? Should we find any information from NASA that does not actually represent what it is that they tell us the Earth is, any type of disparity from what we see and what NASA tells us, that in itself can compromise everything else that they tell us. Therefore, the distance from the moon to the Earth, the distance of the sun to the Earth. Just recently, NASA just said the moon is in the Earth's atmosphere. Just recently, they just changed it again. So it's constantly moving. So again, you can't use any numbers or anything that you think you know to determine anything. And I keep doing documents, and again, you said you don't want to hear about documents, but again, I keep doing documents because if the people who are telling us where we live have documents that reveal what they think, then even if you're not a believer that the Earth is not what you think it is, then at least just wonder why. Why would NASA have a document on the nasa.gov that states derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model? And on the first summary page, on where's the number page? The first summary page, the derivation says this. And I want you to listen to what this is a NASA military document. It says, summary, this report documents the derivation and definition of a linear aircraft model for a rigid aircraft of constant mass flying over a flat, non-rotating Earth. This is a NASA document. Why would you design a model of an airplane over a flat, non-rotating Earth? That's the question we need to ask, because you can't design a model of any airplane over something which doesn't exist. You can't test airplanes like that. You can't do anything. So the derivation that NASA themselves are building and designing aircraft on is based on a non-rotating flat Earth. This is a document on the NASA website. It's called, you Google it, it's called The Derivation and Definition of a Linear Aircraft Model, and read the summary. You'll get it from nasa.gov.
Sorry, I never heard any of that. I was just watching the NASA video because I'm not interested in documents today.
UK are taking the piss today, man.
Alright, then what can I ask the UK? So, do you think we landed on the moon?
I'll be honest with you. Have we? Maybe. I'm not sure. I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because there's a lot of propaganda was being done then. A lot of propaganda was being done then.
Yeah, but you've seen the videos, though, innit, of the moon landing.
I'm not sure.
What's making you not sure then?
Because I'm not sure because there's too much politics going on then, and Cold War stuff. So that's my position. That's the position I'm taking for the next 10 minutes.
Yeah. For me, it's just like little things like there's not. You know what it is with the whole space and footage and all them things as well. Like I always ask myself, where's the stars? Where's these bright stars brightening up the whole place?
According to what scientists say, it's because the sun shining onto the Earth is creating so much of a glow. That means that you can't see the stars in the blackness of space at that point. So you can only see the stars from Earth because the glow of the sun isn't as low so significant on the Earth. So at night time, when the sun's not around, then you can see the stars. But when they're in the space station in space, the sun's generally there, isn't it?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, that's my understanding anyway. But I could be.
So does anyone have a picture of any diameter of the sun? Round Earth, flat Earth, triangle Earth? Anyone? Does anyone have a picture?
Of the round Earth.
Of the round Earth. Because my thing is, UK, yeah. Once you've gotten this video, how would you be able to distinguish whether the sun in the video is got a 35-mile diameter or it's got a 1.3 million kilometer?
I'll be honest with you, I won't. But according to how debates work, if somebody posits something,
you're not supposed to be proving
UK. There's videos of the sun on the internet. I can put up a video of the sun for you right now. But whether you'll be able to distinguish,
I won't. I'll be honest with you, AJ. Obviously, you're a man, them. So I'll just say, full disclosure.
I'll end the conversation right here, then. No problem.
No. What I'm saying, AJ, is like full disclosure. I'm only asking somebody to give me a video because they said it. That's basically it. It's not. I'm not saying that I'm gonna be able to do it. I'll be honest, AJ. But anyway, sorry. The video of the rockets on the Go Fast rocket. This one says Go Fast rocket proves the Earth is round. Ignore what the title says because it's the same video from something that says, go rocket.
Yeah, this is the one where it hits the firmament, doesn't it?
Yeah, it goes kukunk at 59 seconds. So everybody read that. Sorry, everybody watch that, man. Yeah. See what you think.
I'm sorry, this kukunk at 59 seconds. What's happening? Why do you keep reiterating the kukunk at 59?
I didn't even do it. It's the gentleman in the room.
Because that's the noise it makes when it hits the firmament, isn't it? As they say, that's what it is.
It goes kukunk. But my point is, if it gets up that far, then it will be able to see the sun and the moon. That's my point.
UK, you like science, right?
Yeah.
Explain how something could be traveling that fast and suddenly it just loses all its speed within less than a second once it makes that noise, and then it begins falling back down.
I'd expect it to crash.
As you can see as well, and you're not UK.
To be honest.
But UK, you can see, but UK, for me, when I've watched it, I watched it a few times before even this today, and it looks like the rocket's still trying to propel in the air once it goes kukunk.
So you think it's maybe some type of fluid, so like a density of some type of fluid or something that's or gaseous that slows it down? Is that what you're saying? Which might be true. I don't know.
It could be anything, but the point is, UK. I'll put it like this to you: when a car runs out of fuel, if it's in motion and it runs out of fuel, I don't think the car would just stop as soon as it runs out of fuel. It would obviously carry on moving. You just wouldn't be able to accelerate until it would lose speed. No.
Correct. When it's running out of fuel.
Yeah, so let's say you're driving a car and midway through your driving, it just runs out of fuel. It would continue moving, and eventually it would stop once it loses speed.
What happens in this video?
No, but the point of it stops and full and but it seems. But my point is, yeah, it would happen. That would happen. But my point is, it seems like it stopped. It's halted. Like it's hit something and it's becoming and it starts to decline back down.
Okay,
that's my
fine.
point. So.
Okay, fine. Okay, say I'm with you, not with you, but say I'm with that concept and that idea. My point is, if we can make contact with the dome, okay, then the sun and moon are within the dome. That means that we're able to send something up that can film the moon and the sun.
Do you know who sent?
I would say you need to ask NASA that question because they've landed on the moon. Why haven't they done it again?
It'd be NASA though, Clarky, though. It'd be the person, anybody who can send this rocket. This Go Fast rocket.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's like AJ said though. It's all the costing and everything to go into it though, isn't it?
Is this a NASA rocket, by the way, UK? Do you know?
It's not.
Nah, it's not. They're independent. A group of like independent scientists or something like that.
That's what I'm saying. So that's what.
They was probably on that plane that went missing. Who knows?
The question might be: Could a high altitude balloon reach that out?
Yeah,
I don't know.
Definitely, there's plenty of videos of high altitude balloons. Even one that shows the curvature of Earth. And what I want to do in this room before I close it, I want to keep the replays. Hang on a second. I want to show the James. I'm going to show the James May video in a second, where he goes up. I've not even actually watched it fully myself. I watched it ages ago. But the point I'm going to make is, so. One of the reasons given by one of the flat earthers yesterday for not sending rockets up, and this is a reason that I agree with. I'm with him on this. Is that the reason the people who believe in flat Earth believe in the preservation of the realm. Some of them do anyway. And what he was saying is why. I said to him, why don't you want to explore? Why do you want to find out? Why do you not want to show why you believe what you do? And he said, sending rockets up destroys the environment. I agree with him. So I actually want, maybe somebody who believes in flat Earth to admit that the reason why you don't want to prove it and you say, they're not doing this, we'll never know, and those type of arguments is because in fact we don't need to know because you want to look after the planet. Just say that. It's fine to say that.
But or there could not be a flat earther could not just have the funding that someone like NASA would have to.
Some do.
How would you know?
Not
we don't know.
NASA, but some do.
Yeah,
and we also have to.
They send up the rockets, isn't it?
Yeah, they send up the rockets. That's what I'm saying, Ringo.
Yeah, and the ones who agree with the environment and all this don't send up the rockets, and then a good majority of them can't afford to do that.
I don't think it's just as easy as buying a rocket and launching it up to space.
I'm with what Ringo's saying.
Yeah, man. I think your PTR's triggering, room moderator.
Yeah, I think that's actually wrong. I mean, that model probably wouldn't be accepted by a lot of flat earthers because I'm not sure whether that.
Why is there water falling off the edge?
Is that supposed to? Well, sorry.
Why is it floating in the middle of space as well?
I don't know. But it's, and apparently Polaris is above the sun. That's what I'm told.
UFO, bro.
Yeah, let me ask you. So where is Polaris in the flat Earth model? Because somebody told me yesterday that it's above the sun.
Do you know what, UK? I'll put it like this to you. The flat Earth model, everyone has their own perception of the flat Earth model. You ask someone and they'll have their own perception. You ask, same with religion. Everyone's got their own interpretation and perception of things. So you're never going to get one direct answer. Because I'll be honest, there hasn't been able to be enough research for anyone to come. So-called research, should I say, for anyone to have the numbers and figures you're looking for. So I don't know where that guy got the 35-mile diameter from, but we don't know.
I've heard that before, though. I've heard that still, the 35-mile diameter thing. But yeah, how accurate is that? probably the same as accurate as 93 million miles and them things.
Yeah, 1.3 million kilometers. It's the same thing.
Like, what ruler was they using?
How can they tell us how far the sun is away and they ain't been that far?
Do you know what my thing is? Yeah, how can man tell man about all this shit out of space and that, and man can't even conquer the ocean?
Yeah, but when you ask that question, they've purposely avoided the ocean. Now think about all the money in that. I'd say they're avoiding exploring the ocean to the degree where they've talked about the moon. Just look at the moon. Forget about even space in terms of the moon. Because there's people, like I was watching some yesterday clips, they're saying, some people are saying the moon's a rock, but then you got the same people that are questioning, saying, boy, I don't know if it's a rock because, you get me, when we've tested it and whatever, it doesn't seem like it's rock and anything there. It's all mad, bro.
Anyway, listen, I'm going to close this down because I did an 8-hour room and Clubhouse or somebody else so shut down they took the replays off Vex. But never mind. Anyway, thank you everybody for coming. I mean, ultimately, where have we gotten with this?
We're both wrong. That's what you.
Well, what I'm going to say is, I just wanted somebody to say, Ringo summed it up best. 1 second here, mate. Ringo summed it up best. Like, if you want to prove your point, you're going to send the rocket up, and you might say environment. Then obviously, someone doesn't agree if the environment isn't going to send a rocket up. I just think it's as simple as that. But just admit that. That's what I want people to do. But you know.
The sun can fit the Earth, yeah, and all the stars in the Milky Way in it 600 times.
Oh, that's nice. Where do you get that from? You know?
How do you know that?
Have you seen that happen? Yeah, have you done that yourself? Yeah?
No, listen, I'm telling you. Like, so basically, this happened like a month ago.
You can't come with listen. I'm telling you this.
No, this is factual, yeah. Because Jesus came to me in my dreams and told me.
Not that old chestnut, fucking hell.
Hey, but do you know what? He's got a point though, because I've been told about multidimensional beings. We had the whole.
Yeah, but do you know what though? To think we're the only, to think we're the only life form in this whole Milky Way, whatever you want to call it, it's ignorant.
Universe.
There's been like on multiple occasions where aliens have spoken to me, and they tell me that aliens that on like 3 occasions, aliens have spoken to me, and they tell me that they are watching us, and we are like a Truman Show to them. Like, so they watch they like watch us, like we are like essentially like an entertainment to them. And like I was asking them, so why don't you like help and stuff? And like they can't help because obviously the government that obviously they have in place obviously just allows them to just watch.
Put me in a group chat with them man there as well.
And on that note, I'm gonna shut the room down.
TM, next time they get you when you sleep and you're trying to tell them to wake me up or actual predicting me or something as well.
Actually, I'm not laughing. It might be true. It might be true.
No, but you can't say that as the room's about to close.
UK, you need to make an actual title where we can go somewhere with the title UK.
I'm gonna do it, but I'll do it.
Yeah, give the title a bit of range, please. Yeah,
I'll do it again. Anyway, I'm gonna shut this down. Safe for you lot. Yeah.
UK, do the room, man. Aliens are watching us, like the Truman Show.
Straight. That's next one. Yeah, safe.
No, just do land on the moon, man.
Can I just be professional again and put my serious hat on? Yeah. So for the people listening in the future, this has been the UK Panther Talks. Obviously, you've heard me set out the proposition in relation to whether we can. There's a 35-mile diameter sun, according to what I've heard, or 35-mile diameter moon. Nobody's come in with that information today or videos. or videos. So this is where we are. Thank you very much for listening to UK Panther Talks. Please follow all the man them on the stage and all the and AJ, Clarky, Ringo, Smith, Tazuki, and keep tuned for future programs. UK Panther Talks signing off. Thank you, everybody. Bye bye.
Right.
Hey, Marika, a lady wants to come on stage. Hi, Marika, go on. Just say your piece. Ladies first in that.
It's gonna
come on.
We out. Lot of mercy.
Okay.